Hey, how you doing today? This is Tommy Gunn with another edition of X Factor Wellness. Just wanted to talk a little bit more about parenting styles. Parenting styles have evolved over the years, haven't they? So the biggest problem, the biggest mistake, one of the biggest mistakes that you can make with your children is entitlement. Creating that sense of entitlement. I am a licensed mental health counselor. I've worked with hundreds and hundreds of children over the years, and one of the biggest mistakes we don't think about is entitlement. What does that mean, entitlement? Just spoiling your kids rotten, giving them anything they want. I see it a lot. A lot of parents, especially single parents, will try to overcompensate because that other parent wasn't there, so they'll go above and beyond and make sure that their child had everything that maybe they weren't provided for by the other parent. Just to go above and beyond, and in the end, that usually backfires. All kids should learn to earn. That's my little motto there: learn to earn. Even from a very young age. I always said that kids should earn some kind of allowance, even if they weren't of age to work, but then they could actually understand money a little bit there, understand how much work it takes to earn that, even a dollar. So with my kids, initially we did spoil them a lot when they were little, but as they got older, a little bit older, we started to making them learn and earn. So like I said, learn and earn. Just little tasks around the house, things they could do, give them allowance, and then after a while you can just say, well, birthdays and Christmas, you're gonna get something, but other than that, you're going to pay for it yourself. And that's kind of the route we went, which seemed to work out pretty good. And then our kids were able to save money and learn the importance of saving money. But some of the worst cases I've seen were of parents that literally would just pacify their kids with money or gifts or basically anything they wanted just to shut them up. And kids understand that. They know that if they do that, they can act out and you will give in every single time. So I've seen kids get violent, aggressive over cell phones. I've seen kids get suicidal over cell phones. Give me my iPhone or I'm going to kill myself. During crisis work, you see and hear that kind of situation a lot. Sounds really stupid when you think about it, but it's something that is real. And these days, parents don't know how to handle a kid that's going to say they're going to kill themselves. So guess what? That kid's getting that phone back really quick. So yeah, I just want to go over the entitlement piece there. We need to really understand that it's not doing your kids any good, because they get out in the world and they think everything is just going to be handed to them on a silver platter, as it was for the first 17 years of their lives. And then they get out there, they see how difficult it is, and they see that, my employer is not going to give me what I want because I whine and cry about things, so they might quit. So there you have it. Then they've got no job, no earning potential, and they don't want to have a job unless they're going to get their job their way. I mean, in my generation, we had to kind of pay our dues, work our way up, all that kind of stuff. Whether it pays off now these days, I'm not sure, but we should always teach our kids that, we're not going to give them anything more than they work for. So as far as this goes, I think that we should try to start that at an early age, 5, 6 years old even. It doesn't matter. Once they get that earning potential in their head, then they will continue to work for things, and I think things will get a little easier for parents. But like I said, parents just have to understand that you're not doing your child any harm by not getting them what they want. How many times do you see kids yelling and screaming in grocery stores or Walmart until their parents give in and buy them whatever the heck they want? That's the absolute worst thing you can do. So I would say stop that at an early age and then continue to have them earning everything they get. Remember what I said, teaching them to learn to earn. So that's all we've got today. If you got any comments or questions on that topic, I'd like to hear them. How you've raised your kids and what kind of things have actually worked, and maybe some stories about comments about things that maybe didn't work, or maybe you were one of those parents that spoiled their kid and it kind of backfired, and now you're suffering the consequences of it. Maybe they don't want to do anything at all, so unless you're going to pay for it. But yeah, I'd like to hear a little bit more about that. So comment, like, share, subscribe, and then we can talk a little bit more. So that's Tommy Gunn with the Gen X Wellness Channel, and I hope to talk to you again soon. All right, thanks. Bye.